Hello and welcome to Advertisers Watching Ads. This is a show where brands watch other brands' ads.
Even just showing blood is revolutionary in period advertising.
I can't really think of any other brand in this category that would really tackle that such a diverse range of experiences, and I could really identify myself or my friends throughout the film.
My name is Tom Ollerton. I'm the founder of Automated Creative, and we are brought to you as ever by our lovely partners, Contagious. And before we get to this week's ad, let's meet this week's guests.
I'm Charlotte Ford. I'm the marketing director for Ruggable for Europe.
And hi, I'm Laura Lesser, formerly of Diageo and Virgin Media O2, and I'm volunteer comms director for the Conscious Advertising Network. I'm currently actually looking for work, so get in touch if you're looking for someone who is incredible at social media and brand marketing.
And myself and Automated Creative have known Laura for a long time, and we can back up those facts. So please reach out, but after the show. Right, let's see this week's ad.
Just a period.
On a scale of 1 to 5, hold up your fingers for how amazing you think this is. 1, 2, 3. Oh, brilliant. So Charlotte, what are we looking at here? This is a big master asset video film, they call it. But what was going on in the background?
I think it's a perfect encapsulation of what women go through from their first ever period, and all of the different nuances of the way, all of the different ways in which society lets them down, I think, through the lack of education, lack of understanding around what women go through. It's a really brilliantly shot piece. I think it perfectly blends humour with, I think, the seriousness of some of the situations in there. I also love the tagline as well, live fearlessly or live fearless. It's like, that is a fantastic way to sum up the approach for Bodyform. But yeah, it seems to me that it's a sort of standalone hero film asset. I haven't seen it translate much through into kind of other areas of Bodyform's advertising, but yeah, I think I'd take my hat off to it.
Yeah, I love the energy behind it. I love that how many different life stages that they showed, because they really went from your first period to, say, like when you go to a smear test, or even getting your period while you're breastfeeding. And I can't really think of any other brands in this category, or even in sort of women's health, that would really, tackle that such a diverse range of experiences. And I could really identify myself or my friends throughout the film.
So even just showing blood is revolutionary in period advertising, which, there's not that many brands that do show that. They still show the weird blue liquid that every time I see that, I'm like, how on earth is that meant to be bodily fluid? Like, unless you're a robot. So I think even just starting with that, they've obviously started out really bold in comparison to other brands in the category.
It's a great watch, and it's bold and it's strong, and there's so many like ticks all the way through it. You're like, yeah, that's really cool. Mixed media, but casting's really good. There's all these nods to kind of history, right? Visually and so on and so forth. I almost feel in some ways it's too much of a big idea. It's massive. It's like however many minutes long it is. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't actually fit anywhere.
Yeah, I agree. With the end line, what do you wish you'd been told? You kind of expect them to really be encouraging discussion. But when you look on their TikTok or their Instagram, it's just really the hero film. And maybe a week later, 3 or 4 cut downs and not many sort of comments behind it. But what I would have loved to have seen was, working with influencers and maybe some reactive comment based off of the comments that they were getting through. They could have produced content and sort of what's the call to arms after that? Because I looked on their website and they're doing loads of good stuff, kind of investing in research and period education, but it kind of ends a bit downbeat and in a way, and like, defeatist. I don't know, but kind of what's next and what can people do and what's the brand doing? I
wonder if they're missing a trick in the sense of there should be a social campaign element here, in the sense of they should be working with the government around, what does revolutionizing period education look like for the next generation? And Bodyform, out of every single brand in that category, has the license to lean on the government to say, what does period education look like for not just for women, but also for boys as well. Boys don't, I still remember at school, boys were very much separated from us when we were learning about periods. That's really weird. They shouldn't be. So actually, what could they do more, I suppose, to campaign on a societal level to really change things and make that change happen? With
the storytelling aspect of it, there could have been a bit more inclusion, sort of somebody's male partner supporting them, or even showing something in somewhere like the workplace, just to encourage a bit more allyship. And men can be involved too, and it shouldn't be such a taboo. I remember so many times sort of being in the office and being on my period and sort of hiding my tampon as I went to the toilet or things like that. And there's still so much embarrassment in the workplace, and we're all adults, so we know it happens every month for most women. So why can't men be part of this campaign as well, rather than just showing women in the support roles here and the man being really dismissive?
It's a category that is being sort of put under scrutiny by TikTok, right? So if you just have a flick through the category, like the vulva is a really absorbent, more absorbent there than anywhere else on your body, and yet there's allegedly chemicals and products in there that just aren't good for anyone's body. And so I'm curious to know, do you think they should be addressing that as well? Like there are downsides to this product that are being talked about. Bodyform here are breaking the taboo, brilliant, but actually are they kind of inheriting a problem that's going to come back and bite them later on?
I'd say they're probably seeing their own market share be eroded and then thinking that bolder brand-led storytelling like this is going to help them regain a share, and the bravery will hopefully help them stand out in a kind of TikTok generation who are much more cynical about brands and will happily choose the sort of younger challenger brand over the kind of bigger, more established competitors. Whereas back when I was 11, my mum would have got me Bodyform or Tampax because that was really the only 2 brands that you had. So I think there's a lot more choice now for consumers, which they're probably very aware of.
So unfortunately, we've run out of time. Would you sign off this campaign in its current form? Okay. Charlotte, Laura, thank you so much. We'll see you all next time.